Today, in Minecraft, we spend 100 days in a brand new dragon world. We have to discover as many of these advanced dragons as we can over 100 days. Once we obtain the dragon eggs, we must use a special item to hatch the eggs, then feed the dragons to tame them. Once we do, we can upgrade our dragons and change their color. We have many goals throughout this 100 days in this advanced dragons world, and one of which is to defeat all of these crazy golems and the 6 dungeons that they live in. So guys, sit back, relax, smash a like rating, and get ready for 100 days in this advanced dragon world. Alright, so it is day 1 of our brand new 100 day challenge, and I am in the main hall of our advanced dragons world. As I took a look around, I realized there were so many dragons that I could obtain in this world, and there were some epic ones. I wanted to get the best, the strongest, and the coolest dragons in the game, but I knew it was going to be a hard task. Taking a look at the map, I knew that this place was huge and that there were so many goals that I was going to have to achieve. The goals would become a little easier with help from all of these dudes. They were traders in the village. This guy in particular was going to trade me the dragon eggs, but I needed big emeralds to do so. And let me tell you, it's not that easy to get the big emeralds. Anyway, I used a couple of emeralds that I started with to get some food off this trader, and then realized that there were so many different locations around the map that I had to unlock. This place is massive, but that just means more adventuring for me. I did find my first little armor. Gotta be honest, this isn't gonna protect me from dragons, but at least I had something. I went outside, took a look around this city, and realized, yes, I was right, it's absolutely huge. I did in fact find some tools and some weapons around, which was good because it seemed that these little golem dudes were out to get me. Not really sure what they were. Golems or gnomes or gremlins? Let's go with gremlins. Anyway, this arena is an area that I could train and battle these dudes and get more orbs from doing so. The little loot orbs were what I was going to use to get more emeralds. So on to day 2, and I needed to get to know this area. I needed to get to know my surroundings. So I decided to go and talk to the loot collector. This is the dude that was going to give me more emeralds. So I put in the loot orbs and traded for an emerald. Pretty cool. I then realized that I was going to need a lot of things, and this is a pretty big place. So I got looking around, and as you can see from my hand, I actually found a netherite sword. Woohoo, baby, what a start. I also found a lot of other things like a full set of iron armor. I mean, it was only day 2 and I was already starting to look like an epic dragon trainer. Woohoo, looking good. The only thing is, when you're an epic dragon trainer, you kinda need a dragon to train. Yep, so that was the next step. I got the small dragon egg that I started with, and I cracked this open using the special hammer. And there he was, my first little dragon. I mean, he was super small, so I had to feed him and tame him with the rotten flesh, and then he became big enough for me to get on his back, but this guy needed to be upgraded. I changed his color and eventually decided on this kind of reddy yellow rusty looking color, and then I got over to the upgrader guy. This was the dude that was gonna help me get my dragons to where they wanted to be. And needed to be. First thing I did was get a saddle, and I was able to get a little kind of upgrader for his size. I made him a little bit bigger, and I put a saddle on his back so now I could control him. I now had a flyable dragon. So days 3 to 4 started off pretty fun. I went flying on my dragon. I mean, come on, if you have a dragon and it's flying, you're gonna spend a bit of time up there. So that's what I did. Eventually I did get back down and I went to the battle arena to these orcs. Yeah, I think they're not gremlins, they're orcs. Yeah, so just, yeah, okay, from now on, orcs. Anyway, I fought these dudes to get the rare loot. The big ones were better, they were worth more emeralds, and the bigger the orc, the bigger the loot. The better the loot, the rarer the loot. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, yeah, I did this for, well, pretty much 2 days. Kept on going back, starting new battles and taking out these dudes. I needed to get myself more emeralds so I could get more upgrades for my dragon. I mean, it was fun, so it wasn't that tedious. But eventually, when I felt that I had enough of these little loot orbs, I went to the trader dude and started getting my emeralds. I found this extremely satisfying. I don't know why, but just clicking the button and getting all those emeralds, man, I loved it. And I was going to do a lot of it throughout this 100 days. Anyway, the marketplace had a little teleporter beacon, so I set that off to make it easier to get around. I then found myself a little shooting range because I knew I was going to have to get better with a bow. I was going to have a lot of battles throughout this 100 days. I then found myself an infinity enchantment book, which was pretty epic. So next couple of days I just went around and did some more exploring. First thing I came across was a plot of land that suggested I'd build my home here. So I decided, yeah, I'm gonna clear this place out and build a beautiful little home for myself and my dragon. And I did that for about maybe a minute and a half, and gotta be honest, I kinda got bored instantly. I mean, I was in a brand new world, there was so much to discover, I wasn't going building a house, so I dropped that idea and went and found this place. It was a little orc cave. I went in and started taking out the orcs and getting some more loot orbs, but after a while it got a little bit overwhelming, so I had to leave. And I was super glad that I did, because in one of the houses close by I found some more emeralds and some ancient debris. I then mined myself some diamonds and kept looking around and found some more cool stuff. I found gold, I found apples, I was finding everything and I didn't have to do the work for it. Oh yeah, it felt so good. I got myself some netherite ingots straight off the bat. I mean, that's usually endgame kind of stuff, and I had it already. Anyway, I then decided to spend some of my emeralds on my dragon. I got him a speed boost, which was pretty nice, and I decided that it was getting late, so I would go get some rest. It's all happening, and man, I was having such an epic time. Alright, so it was day 7 already, and I started it off by putting the infinity enchantment on my bow. I never had to worry about arrows again. It was absolutely epic. What was also epic is the fact that I found myself some diamond leggings and some more emeralds in a secret chest in some sort of a well. I then went to the mountain range and found more orcs. These dudes were absolutely everywhere. I went into this place to see if I could find anything else. Nothing much, but it was a good view of the city. I then managed to find myself an unbreaking enchantment, more apples and some more arrows, but like you guys know, I don't need the arrows anymore. Oh, what an enchantment. I absolutely love it. So I spent some more time looking around some of the chests, got more emeralds and diamonds, and realized there was another well. There was a bit of a recurring theme. Every time I went down into a well, I found something cool. This time it was just more emeralds and some more name tags so I could use to name my dragons. Speaking of dragons, I had to get myself some more emeralds, so I traded up these little orbs and got them. It was 10 normal emeralds to get one of the big emeralds. I now had 5 of them. It was enough to buy myself a new dragon, so I went and had a look, but decided that yes, these dragons were cool, but I wanted to save up for 9. 9 big emeralds would get me an air dragon. This guy looked absolutely epic. And then I put another enchantment on my bow. Alright, day 8, I got on my dragon's back and flew out to go exploring once more. I noticed this place. It was a gigantic volcano and some sort of a lava castle. I knew I was only starting out and I only had a tiny little dragon, so I think it was best that I didn't go over there. I was right. You'll see later on in the video that place is absolutely crazy. Anyway, I found myself a little desert temple and got super excited about what I was gonna find. And I found nothing. Are you kidding me? Oh man, okay, I've been finding a lot of loot, so I kinda deserve that. Anyway, I found some more upgrades for my dragon and headed home. Okay, so the days were flowing on and we were getting into this thing. I needed to find myself more of those loot orbs so I could get more emeralds to get more dragons. So then I found this place. It was a dungeon. It was the cave dungeon. I wasn't really sure what I was getting myself in for, but I did find some experience, splashed that on myself. It made me a little bit braver, and I went for it. I went up and I selected medium. Okay, I didn't select hard because I didn't know what I was getting myself in for, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't. Anyway, I went down into this orc dungeon and got to battling. It was pretty epic. It started off pretty cool, took out a couple of small ones, and I realized that my little baby tiny dragon was actually a little boss. He was breathing fire on these guys and absolutely destroying them. It was so cool. I also found myself some lovely little diamonds and made my way deeper down into the cave. It did get a little bit spookier and freakier, but I was finding some epic things along the way. I mean, another diamond sword. I didn't need it. I had a netherite sword. And I got myself some more experience. But then this happened. Out of nowhere, I was overwhelmed. The orcs came at me, even bigger ones. It was crazy. I had to back up, I had to retreat, but eventually I did take them all out. And I found myself some emeralds. By the end of it, I got a Totem of Undying. An absolutely epic reward for taking out this dungeon and beating all of those orcs. Oh yeah, that Totem of Undying, that comes in handy later. Alright, so into the next few days, and it was time for me to go ahead and use all of these loot orbs to get myself some delicious emeralds. So basically, I could turn them into big emeralds and get this guy, the Air Dragon. This dude was absolutely sick. I had the egg, so all I had to do was get the special hammer and crack this bad boy open. That's what I did, and there he was. He had 4 wings, he was absolutely epic, and I loved his color. I think he was good the way he was. So I used the size upgrader, the fire upgrade, and the damage upgrade. This guy was absolutely epic. I then used a remaining couple of emeralds to get a saddle and flew out on one of the coolest dragons in the game. I was feeling good, so I got over to the little training area, picked the hard mode, and basically realized that my weapons were now super OP and my dragon was epic too. So with those couple of loot orbs that I picked up from those guys, I decided to go ahead and make myself some epic armor for my dragon, but unfortunately I couldn't equip it because I needed the normal armor first. I then got the name tags and decided to go ahead and name these dudes. Flo was the air dragon and Rusty was my first little dragon. Pretty cute name. I then got my diamonds and made a full set of diamond armor. However, I didn't put it on because I wanted to wait till I had 30 experience to get some epic enchantments for that thing. And the rest of my time over those couple of days was just spent discovering new locations, getting more loot, and killing more orbs. No, killing more orcs. Yeah, sorry, I said that wrong. Anywho, okay, so eventually I was able to get the normal armor for Flo and then equip the epic armor. She was looking absolutely awesome right now. I was super happy. I now had 30 enchantments, so I decided to go ahead and enchant my netherite sword. Sharpness, fire aspect, looting, unbreaking, and knockback with 11 damage. This thing was unbelievable. So good. So I flew out on Flo, exploring for a couple of days until I found a new cave. I selected medium here. Thinking back now, I probably should have selected hard, because I mean, my sword was OP, my bow was OP, and my dragon Flo was super OP. She was like raining down this kind of ice, wind, breath, I don't know, but she was absolutely destroying these orcs. It was so much fun. I mean, this did take a long time. This ice cave was absolutely huge, but it was super awesome being able to take out all of these fools. So good because we got so many loot orbs, which we could then change into the emeralds to get more dragons. It was absolutely awesome. By the time we did actually get to the end, there was no prize this time, which was a little bit disappointing, but at least we got to take out these gigantic boss orcs. They kept on going for Flo, trying to kill her, but I fed her along the way and she was able to survive. We then used the Waystone to teleport back to the main hall so we could check out what we had just achieved. We finished the ice dungeon and we had already done the cave dungeon, so there were 4 more to conquer. In the meantime, I was able to use some of the emeralds to get some new upgrades for my new favorite dragon, Flo. We got the normal speed and the epic speed upgrade. She was super fast. So I was now feeling pretty confident, so I wanted to head out and explore some more and maybe find a new dungeon. Yes, we did catch a glimpse of that volcano area and the lava castle area, but I was still afraid of that place and I didn't want to go over just yet. So I spent a few days just looking around, see if I could find more loot. I didn't want to miss anything, so pretty much checked everywhere. I found myself some poisonous arrows, which was pretty cool, and I grabbed those. Eventually, I went to a swamp area and did find the new swamp dungeon. At the time, I thought it was a good idea to pick hard mode, but I mean, I wasn't too sure. I did eventually get in there, pick hard mode, and go at these guys. It turned out to be a good move, because like I said, I've got an OP dragon now. I've got some OP weapons, and I've got some pretty decent armor too. So I was able to speed through this place pretty quickly, taking out all the orcs along the way. And I did find some new chests in here too. got some more emeralds, some blue orchids for some reason, and a diamond sword. That wasn't all though. I found some nice enchantment books, a sharpness 5 and more importantly a power 5 for my bow. That was gonna make my bow absolutely epic. I did manage to collect a lot of loot orbs in here also as we killed so many orcs. Finally we found some damage upgrades and a new saddle and armor. This was going to be pretty good and important for my next dragon. I also found myself some diamond armor as well, which was nice. This was a pretty fruitful and eventful couple of days. I was happy with what I got. Anyway, we ended up just going back to the main hall to regroup and get ready for the next adventure. As you can see, we now had 3 dungeons complete. So, day 25 was a pretty simple one, but a lot of work did actually go into this day. We started off by selling the loot orbs to get as many emeralds as we could, and then I went ahead and enchanted all of my brand new diamond armor. Because I had over 30 experience, all this armor got absolutely epic enchantments, which was pretty nice. It was gonna be nice and tough that basically made sure that none of those orcs could defeat me. I was looking like an absolute epic dragon trainer. I then decided to put some unbreaking on my pickaxe and I upgraded my bow with the power 5. This thing was sick. So just like that, a quarter of our 100 days had been completed and we were into day 26. I decided that it was now time to, well, accept the challenge of building my own home. Now everybody knows I'm not much of a builder, so this was probably going to go terribly. But thankfully I could use one of the traders to get all the materials I needed. It did cost me emeralds, but it was a good start in my building adventure. Time to get to it. So, here we were, the start of my building project. Now like any Monday morning on a building site, I wasn't really feeling too good about this. Wasn't really sure where I was going with it, but I had my outline done. That literally took me a day, people. I'm not a great builder. Anyway, the materials were pretty cool, and I had something in my head which I wanted to achieve, so I got to it. It actually did start taking shape after a couple of days, and I was happy with it. I mean, as happy as I could be. I didn't really know what I was doing. But again, it started to take shape. I was going to have a little balcony area. I was going to have an upstairs bedroom. I was gonna have a downstairs. It was gonna look nice. I was like doing some excavation to make the floor look nice. I had some cool blocks. I mean, I don't really like building, but I was starting to have fun. I mean, look at my little entrance here. That looks cool, right? Yeah, let's go. This thing was actually coming together. I then managed to build a roof that actually looked like a roof. I mean, I was super proud of this thing. I was getting a storage area made up, my roof was complete, my outside was looking insanely good. This could quite possibly be one of the best buildings that I have ever made. Oh my god, I'm so proud of myself. Guys, smash a little like rating right now. Down below, hit the like rating, come on. I mean, come on, that looks good, right? Okay, so I may have got a little bit excited. But I mean, I'm very proud of this house. Let's take a little look. All right, there you go. From above, it's looking pretty cool. It looks like a house on top of a house. I could deal with that. I mean, yeah, it's the best building I've ever made. Anyway, so over the next couple of days, we did, in fact, go and find another mine. This was, another dungeon. The mine dungeon. Yeah, there you go. I forget things. I mean, this is a pretty long 100 days. But we got in here. It looked pretty cool. And straight away, I found some diamonds. So pretty happy with that. But then I kind of had a little bit of a mishap. Yeah, my dragon, Flo, yeah, he got stuck in a minecart. Like, genuinely stuck. I couldn't get him out. It was a nightmare. I genuinely, like, thought that he was going to be in that thing forever. It was ridiculous. I could not get him out. Eventually, I did. Anyway, I did find some new stuff as well. I got some fortune for my pickaxe and some other things that when I was mining, I would get a little bit more each time. So happy days. The recurring theme of a well or some water and some hidden treasure, yep, that kept on going. We got looting 3 and another golden apple, which was nice. This dungeon, I gotta be honest, it wasn't the hardest of the dungeons. We were able to blaze through this thing pretty easily and get all of these orbs and, of course, more diamonds. So, happy days. We got the dungeon done. The dungeon was done. The dungeon. Okay. Alright. Next day, I went back to the main area, traded up all of my orbs for emeralds, made big emeralds, and I had a lot of them. I could now afford an epic dragon. I decided to go with the unicorn dragon. This guy looked absolutely amazing, and I couldn't wait to hatch him. Yeah, and I didn't have to wait because the very next day I got back home, got organized, and got this unicorn dragon egg, put it down, hatched it using the special hammer, and my days, this guy looked absolutely insanely cool. He was pretty big straight away. Without even using one of the upgrades to get him bigger, I was happy with the size of this guy. I also had armor upgrades and some strength upgrades, which were pretty awesome. The epic armor went on, and this dude was looking so good. And he was pretty powerful, and also pretty fast. He was my new favorite dragon. I kind of feel bad on Flo, but I mean, come on, look at this dude. He was absolutely insane looking. So good. So after that, I went back into the city, got myself some furniture because I didn't want to pay for it. I just stole stuff from around the place. And yeah, I put some more enchantments on my bow because that thing was getting super powerful. And on day 46, interestingly enough, I became an interior designer. Yep, check it out. My Minecraft home was going to become a house. No, it's the other way around, isn't it? It's my house was going to become a home. Yeah, there you go. Nailed it. Anyway, I put down some of the furniture I got inside my house and made it look pretty cool. I was liking it. I also had to decide on a banner. My nation banner. The Inferno Nation. I mean, yellow and red are my jam. I kind of like this one, but then I decided, nah, it's got to be this one with the yellow in the middle and the red on the outside. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then I changed the color of this dragon. Woohoo, he's looking sick. Yeah, so he was looking absolutely sick, but he didn't have a name, so I had to give him one. I got my last name tag and decided to call him Rhino, because he has a horn. I'm not great with names. I think you guys know that. Anyway, he was looking absolutely epic, and I thought he was by far my best dragon so far. So we went on the hunt for another dungeon, and eventually we did in fact go ahead and find the lake dungeon. This place was pretty cool, and it was pretty scary. The dungeons were getting harder as they went along, but I've got to be honest, with my new dragon Rhino, these guys did not stand a chance. We went straight in and took them out with ease, as Rhino was an absolute beast. I mean, the big guys came after us pretty hard. They went straight for Rhino, but he was able to just destroy these dudes. His blast breath was just knocking them all out immediately. It was super easy to complete that dungeon, and I was super happy with it. So we now had 5 of the 6 dungeons complete. The ice dungeon was done. The lake dungeon, the mine dungeon, the cave dungeon, and the swamp dungeon. We had one left, the volcano dungeon. Yeah, gotta be honest, I was super scared of that place, and I kind of wanted to leave it till the very end to go up there. In the meantime, I wanted to discover other waystones around the map so we could get around easily. There was an outpost, nothing much really in here. I mean, a couple of different things. I can't remember what I got. Oh yeah, it was an ender pearl. This kind of spurred me on, thinking maybe I could go to the end and defeat the ender dragon. That would be a pretty cool goal to complete, and I think at that point I decided yes, I was going to do it. So I had a new mission to get as many ender pearls as I could, and then get ready to go to the lava castle and volcano dungeon. I was not looking forward to that, ladies and gentlemen. No. Anyway, I unlocked the rest of the places and done up my home a little bit more because I was super proud of this place. I think you guys can gather that already. And by looking at this image, you know that this place is absolutely sick. I mean, look at it, it's awesome. I had 7 ender pearls, so I thought, yes, I am gonna go to the end, but I do need to get a few more. So I got ready making some potions and some netherite ingots, ultimately to be ready to go and take on the volcano dungeon and the ender dragon in the end. Things were heating up, getting spicy. So now that I had my new goal of actually going to the end, I was gonna have to go to the Nether first. Before I could though, I wanted to make sure that all of these waystones were hit. I got up here to the floating islands, found some more cool stuff. I mean, I found a lot more of these loot orbs, and I found a big emerald, which was nice. I looked around there a little bit more and found some more stuff, but then realized it was time to get going and look for some obsidian. I did find a little lava pit close by, put some water on top, and mined up the obsidian. It takes ages. You guys didn't have to see it, but I had to do it. You should appreciate me. Smash a like rating. Anyway, so yeah, I had that done. I decided to head back home and get building the Nether portal. So that's what I did. I didn't want to just plonk it down. I kind of wanted to make it look a little bit nice, like it was supposed to be there. And I think I achieved that. I mean, yes, it's just stone around it, but that looks like a nice little Nether portal. I mean, Nether portal, not Ender. What am I talking about? I think I'm getting tired. Anyway, this was done. I was feeling good, and we were getting on to day 60. Things were happening, and they were getting a lot more dangerous, it would seem. Alright, so the morning came. I was going to go to the Nether. I got my totem of undying. I rang the bell. I don't know why I rang the bell. I just rang it because it sounds cool or whatever. But yeah, I was kind of nervous because I wasn't sure if my dragon rhino was going to be able to come with me. So I rode him over to the portal to see what would happen. I didn't think he got in. But then I realized he did, so absolutely epic, happy days. Rhino was in. It was going to make it so much easier to travel around the Nether with a dragon. But I've got to be honest, I got lost pretty quickly. This place was huge. I did manage to find some pretty cool things though. I found a bastion remnant and yeah, I mean I got some gold out of here. Ended up finding a chest with netherite ingots and some debris as well, so that was pretty nice. But the more I traveled, the longer and further away I got from the portal. And yes, I 100% got lost, because I didn't know where I was. But I did find a bastion after a while as well, and after some crazy fighting, I managed to grab a lot of gold and some more ancient debris. It was worth it, but at the same time, dude, I almost died like every 5 minutes in here. It was insane. It was crazy, but I suppose we got it done, so happy days. Eventually, after days upon days of searching, grinding it out, I did in fact find myself a fortress and a blaze. Okay, so now this was a little bit of an interesting situation. I killed the blaze and it didn't drop a blaze rod. It dropped a hammer. But thankfully, the hammers were actually blaze rods and it turned to blaze powder. So it was all G. I spent the next couple of days just waiting on blazes, killing them and getting their hammers. Their blaze rods. It's kind of confusing, but you guys get it. It's a texture pack. Anyway, I turned the hammers into the blaze powder and watched Rhino as he absolutely destroyed anyone that came near us. I managed to get myself some nether wart as well because I was going to make some potions in the future, but it was a pretty successful week, so I headed home with everything that I had to reassess my situation and to see if I was ready to go and find the end portal. So, I did have a lot of stuff. I mean, I had a lot of gold. I popped that down just as a little flex. I mean, it did look pretty cool. I started making potions because I had everything I needed for that. And I also went ahead and made the rest of my Eyes of Ender that I needed. This was good. I think I was actually ready to go and find the end portal. But also bad, because I'm scared now. Okay, so we did have a couple of things to achieve before we go to the end and take on the Ender Dragon. I mean, I'm still wearing diamond armor. We need to turn this into netherite. So that's what I did. Got all of my armor and turned it into netherite armor. It had amazing enchantments and it was now the best it could be. I also got my pickaxe and turned that to netherite for some reason. I don't really know why, but I mean, look at me. I was looking absolutely awesome. I could not be defeated. I could, but you guys know what I mean. Anyway, there were two last locations that we did have to discover. You know them, the lava castle and the volcano dungeon. I was keeping these guys till the end because I feared them the most, basically. This volcano was intense, but I decided it was time. I had all the armor and my dragon was pretty epic, so I decided I needed to go over here. I needed to check it out. I went that day because I'm a little bit of a wuss, but eventually I did get in there and it was a tough battle. This wasn't even the dungeon part, it was just the castle and I had to take out so many mobs and so many spawners. Disappointingly, I didn't really find anything cool in here bar a couple of emeralds, but I mean, at least we got it done, and at least my dragon was still alive. I lied. It was epic. I got so many ender pearls and I got 15 big emeralds. It was amazing. For some reason there was a ghast in here, which was kind of crazy, but I mean, we got that done and we got a lot of rewards for it. So I was super happy. Okay, it was finally time. Myself and Rhino, we headed out because we were going to go to the volcano. This was the final dungeon, one of our final quests. And I've got to be honest, I actually wasn't afraid. I was feeling good. I mean, my dragon was upgraded, all my weapons and armor were absolutely insanely powerful. I was actually feeling good about this, so I couldn't wait to get it started. We went up, took out a couple of orcs, hit the waystone, and headed straight into the final dungeon. The volcano dungeon was definitely going to be the hardest of all 6 of the dungeons, but we were feeling confident, so we went straight in. Like I just said, definitely repeated myself there. So we picked hard because we knew we were going to be able to take on this place at the highest difficulty. We were absolute bosses. We headed straight in, and there was parkour. I was terrified again, I couldn't believe it, but then I took a second and realized I have a dragon and I can fly on his back, so I didn't have to worry about the parkour. Anyway, we pushed straight in, started taking out all of the orcs with our epic weapons. It wasn't before long that basically we just went free-for-all. We went in and absolutely just started smashing this place. We took everything, including everybody's lives. It was a bit grim. Anyway, yeah, we did it. We defeated the volcano dungeon with ease, and I celebrated with some cake. We did wait a long time to do that, but it was so easy because of all the epically hard work and preparation that we had done previously. Totally worth it. Alright, so we woke up on day 73 feeling super good. I mean, we had absolutely everything that we needed to now go to the end, so that's what I started off doing. Getting all my Eyes of Ender ready. I had all the Ender Pearls, I had all the Blaze Powder, and I now had enough Eyes of Ender to go and find the end portal when we were ready. I also had a lot of loot orbs. And I mean, a lot. I had finished every single dungeon and located every single location on that map and now had a bag full of orbs that I had to change into emeralds. I did so and had enough to get the 3-headed dragon. I could not believe it. This was a super rare dragon, super hard to obtain, and I had it in my hands ready to hatch. So on day 74, we were getting into the last quarter of our 100 days. I put down the 3-headed dragon and I enchanted my bow some more. Yeah, you would be thinking that I wanted to hatch this thing straight away, but I didn't. I wanted to make sure that I had every single upgrade possible for this dragon when it was born. I wanted this thing to be the best that it could be. So myself and my unicorn dragon went to the volcano dungeon once more and went through this place, killing every single orc that was stood in our way. We needed to catch and get all of those lovely, delicious loot orbs so we could then go ahead and turn them into emeralds. That's what we did. We ended up getting a lot of emeralds, so that basically meant that we could get every single upgrade needed for our brand new dragon. And now, with that done, I had to head back home and get this thing hatched. I was super excited. I got out the special hammer tool, cracked on top of this thing, and hatched the brand new 3-headed dragon. This thing looked absolutely amazing. I was super happy, took out the rotten flesh straight away and got this guy leveled up. Hit him with the saddle, hit him with the armor, the epic armor, and then start hitting him with every single upgrade there was in the game. First, he got the speed upgrade, the epic speed upgrade. Then it was time to get his damage up. The epic damage went on. This guy was so sick. Then we got the size upgraders, hit him once, hit him twice. This guy was at max size. And then we finished off with the fire upgrade. This dragon was now the best that it could possibly be, and he was looking epic, but not epic enough. I had to change this guy's color. I wanted him to make him red because red is my color. RoPo, the Inferno Nation, I mean, he had to be red. This guy was absolutely amazing, and I was super happy. A lot of hard work, but definitely worth it. And then I went to bed. Yeah, so the last couple of days were pretty epic. Day 76 was not so epic. I realized one of my dragons was missing. I had to go back to the volcano dungeon. I didn't really know why, but my dragon, Rhino, the unicorn dragon, he was gone. I asked this little guy, he didn't see him. I went back home, I used a special item to bring all my dragons back, and, well, he was gone. Missing in action. Where was Rhino? Let me know in the comments if you know, because I don't. Anyway, I then named my new dragon Nick, Kev, and Joe, because he needed 3 names, and that's the name of the Jonas Brothers. I don't know why I call this dragon after the Jonas Brothers. I just did. There's 3 of them. I don't know. I'm not good at making up names. You guys, you always give me grief for this. Okay, I'm not. It's funny. Jonas Brothers. He's a dragon. What's up? All right. Anyway, yeah. I then decided it was time to go and look for the end portal. So I got onto the Jonas Brothers. I rode out, and it did take me a while, but eventually we realized that we were going out over sea, and that the end portal was going to be in the sea. Yep, and it was. It was in the sea. I just said it. Now it's here. Yeah, so we broke down these iron bars and got straight into where the end portal was. Managed to break the little spawner of the silverfish, because everybody knows that those guys are super annoying. So yeah, that got done, and then I put in all of the eyes of Ender. If the Jonas Brothers would get out of my way. Boys, back it up here. Nick, back it up. Okay. It's not working. Anyway, yeah, I grabbed my Totem of Undying and I headed straight into the end because it was going to be an epic battle. Me versus the Ender Dragon on my own. Oh, dude, the Jonas Brothers, they didn't come with me. I was totally on my own. I thought it was going to be me and a dragon against a dragon, but it was just me on my own versus this dragon. I did bring a lot of things, and I did have a lot of OP power. I mean, my sword was ridiculously strong, my bow was super strong, and I am an epic Minecrafter, so it was pretty easy. I forgot about that one. I had to go get it. It was such a nightmare, but then I did this. Oh, epic gamer move. Anyway, I used TNT to destroy this Ender Dragon, and finally was down to one last couple of hits. I got this guy in record time. He was done. I was victorious. Happy days, mayonnaise. Okay, so I have no idea why I just said mayonnaise there, but it rained down glorious XP onto the ground, and I went around and drank it up as if it was a big bowl of mayonnaise. What am I talking about? Okay. I need a burger with mayonnaise or something. Yeah, so then I basically did a super noob move. I finished Minecraft, I jumped back through the portal, but totally forgot to get the Ender Dragon egg. Yeah, it's literally like the main prize. Yeah. Anyway, I got back home. The Jonas Brothers were there waiting for me, but I was super freaked that I didn't have the Ender Dragon egg. Anyway, I flexed by putting down some more of the diamond blocks that I had just to make my house super cool, and then I got back on the Jonas Brothers and headed back to the end portal. Oh, dude, I am such a noob sometimes. Anyway, I did get back there, I grabbed a torch, and I decided to go ahead and actually grab the Ender Dragon egg. Oh, why didn't I do this the first time? Okay, it doesn't matter anymore. I have it. It's all G. We are good. There it is. Crack the block. Get the egg. Oh, I am looking good. I mean, when you're standing there in full netherite armor with a netherite sword, the Ender Dragon in your hand, I mean, you're looking good. You're looking real good. Yeah, I mean, I was looking good, but I didn't want to go home again, and there's no time like the present, so I just got myself an ender pearl and yeeted myself through the portal to go and find an end city. But you know my luck. The dragons didn't come with me. I was on my own. I was on foot. It took me forever. Days upon days of searching, but eventually I did find myself an end city and an end ship. So that means one thing. Potions! No, it means a couple of things. I was really here for the Elytra Wings, but I had to kill a couple of shulkers, get in there, but finally I did in fact get my hands on some Elytra Wings. Now, what happened next was really super annoying, but I was so lucky that I had the Totem of Undying. Yep, that's me dying. But I was okay, because I had the totem. Basically, I tried to do the trick of putting the water down as you fall, and it backfired. It didn't work, but I got away with it. So, happy days. I didn't die on day, like, what was it, 86 or something like that. Can you imagine the whole video? Oh man, that would have been awful. But anyway, I did make my way back home. This time it was a lot easier because I had the elytra wings. I grabbed a lot of cool tools and stuff that were enchanted. Did actually make it home, but man, that was super stressful. But thankfully, I was back. I wasn't dead. I was alive. Oh, dude, looking back on that now, I was so lucky. Anyway, I finished out these couple of days by putting up my Ender Dragon head and the Ender Dragon egg as a reward. I then got the elytra wings, put some unbreaking enchantments on it, and stood back and marveled at how awesome I look. I mean, netherite everything and elytra wings, a three-headed dragon, pfft, killing it. Okay, so it was day 89 and it was now a race against time. Basically, I had achieved everything that I wanted to, except for like getting a lot more dragons. They were super expensive, so the goal and task over those days was basically to get as many of the orbs from killing all the orcs as I could. I went from dungeon to dungeon, getting all of the orbs. Eventually, I had to call it a day because it was day 99 and I only had one day left. So eventually, I did in fact get a lot of the big emeralds. I had enough to buy the best dragon in the game, the magma dragon. I also got myself the big red dragon and a brand new unicorn dragon because I felt bad about Rhino going missing. But yeah, pretty successful, 3 brand new dragons, and it was day 99. On to day 100, and as you just saw, across the river there were a lot of orc bosses waiting for me, so I knew I was gonna have a battle on my hands. I got ready with some name tags, Rhino 2, and hatched my brand new dragons. The unicorn dragon, the magma dragon, and the big red dragon. These were definitely some of the best dragons in the game. I got them all ready with their armor and their upgrades, and I mean, come on, these guys were looking insane. I had myself a little dragon army. 6 of the coolest, most majestic and epic dragons you can get in the game. And check out this magma dragon. He was unbelievably strong. We got over to the boss orcs and absolutely destroyed them. I mean, they did not stand a chance against me and my army. I was officially the best dragon trainer in this world, and we had achieved all of our goals that we set out to do in the 100 days. Guys, it was over. It was done. We were on to day 100, and we did achieve everything. I loved this. Hope you guys did too. Smash a like rating. Until next time, I'm out.